Welcome back to Mindset Makeover. I'm your host, Mary Kay, and today we're going to be talking about a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. Did you know that your beliefs about your abilities is what shapes your reality? Not what your parents told you, not what your teachers told you, not what your mentors told you, but your beliefs about your abilities is what shapes your reality. You see, your mindset is not just a reflection of who you are today, it's actually a blueprint for who you can become in the future. So, everything that you're learning today, even what we're talking about right now, is going to help shape your reality. Anything that you absorb in your mind is going to take you in one direction or the other. It's going to be either negative or positive, but it is going to shape who you become. So, that's why you have to be careful what you're feeding your mind. When you have a fixed mindset, you usually avoid challenges out of fear of failure. When I was in my mid 20s, I wanted to leave my hometown. I wanted to move to a bigger city and look for more opportunities. And it took me about 2 to 3 years of thinking about it before I actually took the leap to do it. Why? Fear of failure, fear of getting there, things not working out, and having to move back. And ha ha ha, you tried something and it didn't work. And when you find yourself in those situations where you're avoiding doing something out of fear of failure, we talked about this last week. Look at those challenges as opportunities for growth. Had I never left home, I would not have experienced living in 3 other states. I would not have experienced meeting all of the people that I've met along the way and all the experiences I had as well. As you continue to improve your mindset will shape your path. And looking back, had I moved and returned back home, so what? I tried something new and it didn't work. Failure is just a stepping stone, it's not a stopping point. If you try something and it doesn't work out, you just pivot. You don't go down the street and miss your exit and say, oh, well, I guess I'm not going there today because I missed my exit. No, you let the GPS reroute you. And when that GPS reroutes you, you don't say, no, GPS, we can't do that. That's embarrassing. We can't turn around now. We got to keep going. No, you reroute and you get back on track and get to your destination. The same with life. Anytime you hit a bump in the road, pivot. If you need to, pull over on the side of the road and take a pause for the cause, but get back on track. Let's say right now you're feeling stuck at your job, but you're not sure what it is that you want to be doing or how your skills can transition to something else. Set small, actionable goals for yourself. If you're coming home and you're exhausted after work, take 10 to 15 minutes to analyze what skills you have. The next night, take 10 to 15 minutes to work on your resume. Take small steps to get you where you need to be. You're not stuck where you are. You might feel like you're stuck. Trust me, I understand. Okay. But small steps will get you where you want to go. The person I am today is not the person I was 20 years ago. Okay. But one of my personal mottos every day, I want to be a better version of me than I was yesterday. And I can see how that mantra has shaped my life throughout my life. Now, let's say you're feeling stuck in your romantic relationship. Maybe things feel a little stale, things aren't going the way that you want them to go. Sometimes you just need to tweak how you're thinking, or maybe you just need to have a conversation with the person and let them know what it is that you're thinking. They might not be thinking the same way that you are. Now, sometimes you need a new person, but that's a different topic, okay? Sometimes you can just make a few small adjustments and get back on track. If this is a relationship worth saving, where you are today doesn't have to determine where you're going to be down the road. And even if it's just small steps, those small steps will eventually lead to big changes as long as you all keep moving in the right direction. Had you had a fixed mindset, you would have just threw in the towel at that job or you would have threw in the towel in that relationship. But a growth mindset says, you know what? Maybe this job isn't as bad as I think it is. Maybe I just need to pivot the way I'm thinking. Or if this job really is as bad as I think it is, it's time to fix that resume. It's time to get some additional skills and get the job that you actually desire. If you don't want to work for anybody else, if you want to be your own boss, start figuring out what it is that you like and what you're interested in. That's part of what led me to becoming a life coach. I enjoy motivating people. I motivate myself all day long. It's just what I do. Okay. So pick something that you do and that you're good at and that you have a passion for, and you will find success there. As someone who's had multiple businesses, you have to find the one that you are actually passionate about. You can't do it just for money. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You're going to get tired of it because you're doing something that you don't love. and enjoy. And if you find that you're giving up easily when you're faced with obstacles, it might be time to reframe how you look at failures. If you're giving up easily because you're remembering things that happened in the past when you tried new things, well, I tried this and it didn't work. I tried that and it didn't work. Reframe those failures as lessons learned. Okay, it didn't work, but what did you learn from it? Anything you learn that's not what you like or not what you're good at. Just because you're not good at everything doesn't mean that you're not good at something. Find that something. Keep going until you figure out what it is that you're good at. So remember, who you are today does not get to determine who you are in the future. If you don't like the direction that your life is going in right now, slow it down. Figure out what it is that you actually want to do with your life and start making those small actionable steps. Don't go straight from A to Z, okay? You got to go from A, B, C, D. You have to figure that out. Almost 2 years ago, I decided I wanted to be a life coach. But you know what? It took me 2 years of unpacking me, subtracting from who I used to be, and adding to who I am today. It's so funny when I see people who knew me in high school or knew me in college and they're kind of like, who are you? Like, you look the same, but you're not the same. Because I'm not the same. I chose to reshape my beliefs about who I am and my abilities. And that is how I became the person I am today. That is how I can sit here and just confidently flow with you. This took time, this was work. If I would have allowed my humble beginnings to shape who I became, I would not even be sitting here talking to you right now. You can pivot in your life at any moment. Last year, I was living in the nation's capital in a penthouse apartment with a little sports car and a nice 6-figure income. And you know what? I was not happy because I wasn't doing something that I was passionate about. I wanted to be making an impact on people's lives. Now I'm back in my home state. I am loving life. I have slowed down. I'm enjoying myself and I am enjoying the work that I'm doing now. Give yourself permission to pivot. I understand some people have spouses and children and other people that they are responsible for. So I'm not saying go out and be reckless. Okay. I'm not saying go out and be reckless with your life. But what I am saying is if you're not satisfied with where you are, instead of talking about it, instead of complaining about it, it's time to do something about it. It's time to shake something. Okay. So hopefully today's video gave you enough information to be able to sit down and really analyze your actions over the past couple of years or couple of decades and figure out if you have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. If you find that you have a fixed mindset and you still have a fixed mindset and you want some help unpacking that, coaching would be beneficial to you. My information will be in the description below if you want to get in direct contact with me. Get you started on some coaching 101 sessions so we can get you back in the flow of life. And last, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to share it with a friend or 10. I'm your girl, Mary Kay, and I'll see you next time.